Spoiler alert, this happens to be a superhero movie. Hey there guys, thank you for coming to CinemaBear. My name is Eric Ortiz and welcome to Memory Lane Monday, where in honor of the upcoming Trap that's written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan, we're going to take a look at Unbreakable that's also written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan. And this is one of his earlier movies. This is follow-up to The Sixth Sense, and it basically covers the life of David Dunn, played by Bruce Willis, who is essentially a superhero that never realized he was a superhero. And through the actions of a character played by Samuel L. Jackson, Mr. Glass, we get to discover his potential. In terms of the acting, I think this is probably one of the best performances Bruce Willis has ever done. He is so wounded throughout this entire movie. The guy has an unbreakable body, but his soul is so fractured, and you can really feel that throughout the entire film. He is just like this broken man. And the irony is that on the opposite end of the spectrum, you have Glass, played by Samuel L. Jackson, who has an unbreakable spirit but a very fragile body. And the relationship that the both of them have is rather extraordinary. It reminded me a lot of Magneto and Professor X, or two very different characters like Deadpool and Wolverine that are very opposite in their nature, but somehow have a lot of similarities. Samuel L. Jackson is amazing as Glass, but there's also a very subtle and amazing performance by Robin Wright, where she almost has the soul of the movie. Like she's the grand prize, like she's the thing that David is fighting for. And there's also a really fantastic performance by Spencer Treat Clark playing David's son. This movie is just really remarkably well acted, and it doesn't feel phony, it doesn't feel forced, it doesn't feel ridiculous. This is one of those movies where the acting is like the big special effects spectacle. In terms of the directing, I really appreciate the fact that M. Night Shyamalan is one of those directors that when you see an M. Night Shyamalan film, you can tell it's an M. Night Shyamalan film. That said, the pace is very, very slow. Patience is a virtue with this movie sometimes, as much as I enjoy it. But ultimately, it's an M. Night Shyamalan experience. And if you're a fan, I think you're going to get a lot out of this movie. One of the great things about this movie is that it's unlike any other superhero story I've ever seen. And one of the reasons I don't mind calling it a superhero movie, I remember when it first came out ages ago, they didn't really say what the movie was about. They just kept it as vague as humanly possible. And personally, I felt that the tagline for this movie should have been something like, what if Superman never went to the Fortress of Solitude? What if Superman never knew he was Superman? Something like that to get people intrigued as to what the movie's really all about. But they didn't, and it is what it is. Guys, in the end, Unbreakable is absolutely a Cinentertaining movie. This happens to be my favorite M. Night Shyamalan film, solely because it was such a separation from Sixth Sense, and it's such a bold move to not just do another ghost story that, you gotta appreciate the guts of just, going against the grain and doing whatever the hell it is you want to do for your follow-up movie. And I think it's standing the test of time a lot more than The Sixth Sense because it's such a unique vision, such an interesting premise. And when this, renaissance of the superhero film started after the original Iron Man, and also it's a great theme of lost potential. And we as people, we kind of like get angry at ourselves for not reaching our potential. And, imagine if you just given a little extra, at the gym, or give a little extra at work and just done the best every single time, where would your life be? And I think this movie really speaks to that ingrained emotion, or that ingrained feeling that we all have. So that's my take on Unbreakable. Still entertaining and still my favorite M. Night Shyamalan film, which is kind of weird, but that's just how I feel about it. Thank you very much for watching CinemaBear. Please like and subscribe and share, and I'll see you for the next one. Take care.